My name is Chantal Fauché. I am the department chair for the criminal justice programs at Langara College. So we have two programs in our department, the diploma in criminology and the diploma in criminal justice. So I'll walk you through the different aspects of both of those and get you started for your application process. Okay, so as I said, we have two programs. Both of them are two-year diploma programs. They're considered 2 years based on full-time study, but it is possible to complete them on a part-time basis. So full-time would be equivalent to 10 courses per year, which might look like 4 courses in fall, 5 courses in spring, and a break over summer, or 3 or 4 courses in fall, spring, and then maybe 2 or 3 in summer. Um, or different or different combinations of that. So we are a limited enrollment program, meaning that we take a certain number of applicants in 2 of the 3 semesters. So in the fall, we take 80 students, and in the spring, so fall is courses starting in September. In the spring, courses starting in January, we take 40 students. So there is limited space available. The first students to apply with full complete applications that meet the requirements will be accepted. So it is important to get your application in as early as possible to ensure that you secure your seat in the program that you're interested in. So in terms of some unique features of Langara, we are one of the oldest programs in BC. We've been delivering these programs since the 1970s. So a lot of experience behind the programs that we have put together. We try to combine the academic work with a practical lens of community practical experience. Our program is actually housed in the community programs division of the college, which means that we have an advisory council of potential community employers who advise us on our curriculum, who advise us on trends that they're seeing in the field, what they're looking for in our graduates, so that we can prepare them as best as possible. We also have a number of faculty members who work directly in the criminal justice system. We have police officers from different branches of policing. We have lawyers in private practice and Crown Counsel. We have people who've been involved in the corrections system. So we have a wide range of practical backgrounds feeding into our courses, which is a great benefit to the students. Our students, when they're surveyed about their satisfaction with the program, there's a high satisfaction rate, high employment rate, post diploma, a high rate of feeling that they were well prepared, particularly among the criminology student, well prepared for entry into third-year university if that's the path that they chose. So I'll talk about the two programs. We have a diploma in criminology, which is primarily designed for those students who are wanting to transfer to a bachelor's degree in criminology at one of the other institutions in the province that offer this. The program learning outcomes are a focus on scientific research methods, familiarizing students with the research in this field, understanding the legal, philosophical, and theoretical approaches that help us to understand crime in society, why it happens, its related social problems, and the social responses. How do we respond to crime in society? All of that is part of the package for the diploma in criminology. And the diploma in criminal justice is more specifically designed for the students who are wanting to apply for work directly after the diploma. So for entry-level positions in the criminal justice system, that might be enforcement positions like policing, the Canadian Border Service, the Canadian Correctional Service, or provincial corrections. It could also be the court services, entry-level positions. It could be in victim services or non-governmental organizations that assist people who are in trouble with the law or marginalized in some other capacity. So while the diploma in criminology is the 100% of the courses are university transferable, the diploma in criminal justice is approximately 85% university transferable. So a student could change their mind later on and decide to pursue a bachelor's degree, and they would still bring the vast majority of their credits with them. But some of the courses in the criminal justice diploma are more specifically geared at gaining the practical skills that will be needed for entry into the workforce right away. So the learning outcomes of the diploma in criminal justice are more focused on how the criminal justice system operates, understanding the legal system, the rule of law, the charter. Common research methods are also examined for students in the diploma in criminal justice, understanding how to um, gain knowledge of problems that they're seeing in the community. There's also a focus on multiculturalism or diversity, how that impacts the criminal justice system with regards to different groups like women, um, visible minorities, youth, etc., indigenous people, etc. So the admission requirements for our diplomas, both of them, are high school graduation, right? So if you are a high school student in British Columbia, completing high school graduating is sufficient. Or if you left school early, but you're over 19 years of age, that could also meet the requirement. And then in terms of specific courses that you need, there's only one. It is English 12, whichever version of English 12 you're taking, your grade should be 70% or higher. So if you didn't reach that level of English proficiency in high school, there are other ways that you can demonstrate your English proficiency through testing. Our recommendation is to take the Langara English test just because it can serve as your admission requirement, but also if you don't have English 12 at 70%, you will also have some courses that have an English prerequisite. So the Langara English test would assist you with having that prerequisite as well. But there are other tests available for people from various backgrounds or from different countries to demonstrate that your English proficiency is sufficient for our program. So the application process is through Education Planner BC. So you set up your profile with your PEN number if you're a BC high school student. And the main thing is that we encourage you to apply early because of the limited spaces. So once you begin your application process, they'll create a Langara email for you and all your communications will go through that. So life after the program. So for students who want to transfer to a bachelor's degree, there are universities in BC that offer four-year bachelor's degree in criminology, criminal justice, or related fields. So notably on this slide, you have Simon Fraser University, Douglas College, KPU, University of the Fraser Valley. Those all have currently four-year bachelor's degrees. Capilano is developing one. Thompson Rivers has one as well. And Justice Institute of BC has a law enforcement studies bachelor's degree, which they accept a two-year diploma from Langara is considered meeting the requirements for admission into their bachelor's degree as well. And then if you decide that maybe criminology isn't quite right, or you want to branch out into something else like psychology or sociology, then UBC or UVic would be good choices for transfer as well. And your credits would transfer to those institutions in terms of, you know, whatever equivalents they have or unassigned credits, just giving you electives in criminology towards your sociology or psychology or other degree. For students in the diploma in criminal justice, or for diploma in criminology, if you decided to interrupt your studies after the diploma to work a bit, make some money to pay for the rest of your studies. A lot of people do that. So there are a range of job opportunities that are very well suited to students coming out of our diplomas. So there are various law enforcement agencies. I tried to capture a few of the badges on this slide, right? You have the RCMP, the VPD, Surrey Police. You have the Sheriff's Service, who ensure security in the courthouses. Um, some students prefer that. It's a bit more of a work-life balance compared to traditional law enforcement where you have shift work. Sheriffs work, daytime hours typically. The Canadian Border Service is a good opportunity, and they have a great opportunity for students to work full-time in summer and get all the training and then continue to work for them part-time. So that's a program that we often advise students to look into when they if that's their goal, is to work for the border service. Aside from law enforcement, there are also private security firms. There's a huge need for private security um, officers, and so they are constantly recruiting. There are entry-level positions at court services. BC Court Services is hiring a lot right now. They've hired a number of our students, and it's a great place to work. Lots of promotion opportunities there. Provincial and federal corrections. So we maybe think in corrections, we think of prisons. Certainly there are jobs in prisons, but the majority of correctional work is done in the community, supervising people who are out on, conditional release, or people who are on probation, or delivering programs in the community. That's all part of correction work. There are other government agencies who are looking for students in the social sciences generally, who will hire our students, as well as I mentioned before, non-government agencies who work with people who have struggles with, other than struggles with the law, struggles with housing, struggle with substances, struggle with intimate partner violence. So a range of organizations that help these individuals and our students, fit in well with the type of work that they're doing in those organizations. So the contacts for connecting with us, for Canadian students, so Canadian citizens or permanent residents who are studying in Canada, you can reach out to recruitment@langara.ca if you have questions about the application process. For international students, you can reach out to Langara Global for assistance with the application process. And if you have questions specifically about the program, you should reach out to me, criminology@langara.ca, which I, happy to help with any questions that might come up. And that is the end of my presentation. Please reach out. We look forward to meeting you soon. Thank you. Bye.